of the reasons why I love value-based parenting is it is huge on self-acceptance and that relationship with yourself as a parent first. I know that as you know, when you go to a parenting class, the first thing on your mind is, okay, wait, why are we talking about me? And it actually is important. I tend to be a perfectionist by nature. I tend to raise a high bar for myself. I have little patience for my mistakes. And what I found out going through value-based parenting is that was creating the very problem I was wishing we didn't have. I wanted to be more patient with my kids. I wanted to have healthy conversations with them and teach them and help them see their mistakes as opportunities to grow. Guess what? Can't happen if I'm not doing it with myself. Yeah, I know. Do as I say, not as I do. What? I thought that's what parenting was. Turns out it's not. So I love the perspective of I am mom and I am human. And as I learn to accept my own mistakes and I learn through them, that's how I turn around and be more patient and help my kids accept theirs and learn from theirs. The other piece I really like is the communication techniques that are taught in the class. I know communication, like, that word is way overused. I feel like, oh, you got to have healthy communication, and oh, it's very important to communicate. Turns out it is, but beyond that, just some of the techniques and perspectives from which we can actually communicate with our kids that the only way I know how to put it is before you step in that minefield that is going to explode depending on what word and what phrase you choose, take a minute, let's disarm the mines, and then walk through. Because let's face it, when those kids' defense mechanisms go up, it's not pretty, especially if you have one like a few or one of mine. And I won't name names because don't want to throw any of them under the bus, right? Even though they'll know exactly who they are if they ever see this video. Anyways, the communication, I love it. I'm a reactive person. One of my kids is a very reactive person. So sometimes when her spark plugs would go flying, I gotta tell you, it is just not my MO to be like, okay, I can still be patient even though she just told me I'm ruining her life. Yeah, 'cause that's my natural instinct. Nope, my natural instinct is Medusa. Seriously, I'm sure the kids can tell you the snakes come out of my head. One more thing I really, really like about value-based parenting, and that is the whole point of the whole series really hinges on let's teach these kids to have their own internal moral compass. I tend to be a control freak, and I can sit there and control my kids the best of them, like as long as I can. But now that I have a 21-year-old, a 19-year-old, and a 16-year-old, and a 13-year-old, yeah, not enough control in the world. So while when they're young, we can stand over them and hover over them and keep them from touching those hot stoves, eventually they get older and they need to make those decisions on their own. And I love how the value-based parenting method is let's start developing that young. Let's start having them decide who they want to be and helping them tune into the person they want to be. I mean, yeah, when they're younger, we help them along the way, but the whole idea behind value-based parenting is starting from a young age, teaching them how to create the values that they want to keep for themselves later when we're not around.